feel like we finna change the cycle, ayy. That's more success, you know we thriving, ayy. That's more depression for our rivals, ayy. Could teach a lesson on survival, ayy. You know I'm from the bottom.
What's on with it? What's good, wealthy people? It is your boy, David Bellard, one half of the Black Wealth Renaissance crew. Y'all know what we here to do, baby. I'm here with my brother from another. Jalen, how you living?
What's up with it?
My boy
Man,
teed up,
I'm amazing, man. I'm feeling great. I'm lovely. Black-tastic, black.
Yeah.
I'm just everything, man. Blessed, highly favored. That's how I'm feeling,
I see you got it on the shirt, man. For the family, man. Hey, look.
For my family, man.
For my family, my boy on the grind, you know what I'm saying? We do it all the time.
Yes, sir.
Hey, congratulations. You know, by the time this pod out, man.
Yes, sir.
Fatherhood too.
I'm going to have my second son here. We actually go to the hospital tomorrow for them to induce my wife. So, yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm a little nervous as well. I'm not going to lie to you. A little nervous. Then about 2 weeks from after that, I'm going to get snip.
It ain't nothing to cut that off.
Yo, this nigga just took this song to a whole new meaning.
Hey, no, for real, really still praying for a speedy and healthy delivery for the new baby, man. You know what I'm saying? My godson, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
we're going to keep y'all uplifted in prayer and keep, you know what I'm saying? This is what it's for, guys. This is what it's about, man. Building legacy, building family. I keep saying it. I'm always saying, you know, I'm proud of you, my boy.
Thank you, my brother.
Put it on for the fam, man.
Thank you, my brother. Oh, phone just went off. Let me turn that on silent.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dog. Hey, be real though. You scared? You scared about getting snipped? Because you said that with a lot of confidence.
Little bit. I am scared a little bit, but I'm also like, I don't want another kid, so.
So what scare you more?
Another kid. I'm straight on them crumb snatches, dog.
Yo, that's
I love
crazy.
them, but man, them Maverick is on another level, dog.
Yeah, he getting to that terrible too, like they say.
Brother. So we moved everything from his room, like the changing table, his bed, and everything. So now he has a toddler bed, so he can get out of that thing. Starting yesterday morning. Well, not yesterday morning, his nap time. Tanea was sleeping. She heard some knocking or whatever. Maverick then woke up from his nap. He banging on his door trying to get out. Same thing I heard this morning. 6 o'clock in the morning, dog. I'm hearing knocking and banging and hollering. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, he said, it's time.
Yeah, it's time to wake
that ass up.
Yeah.
It's Maverick in the morning.
Power 95.
Hey, yo, that's funny, though. That's hilarious.
Dog.
But, again, dog, that's what it's about, man. And, you know, update on my end, guys. Your boy, I think I mentioned it. No, I didn't get a chance to mention it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man. So, y'all know Jalen, he had told me to go to the doctor, and he had challenged me, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's an episode that didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't think yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought I said it, but we had a great episode that we had, guys, but technical difficulties, but we'll get that one back to you. But either way and neither way, right? What I was going to tell y'all about, give y'all an update on my health journey. We went, get checked out, man, went pull up on the doctor, and your boy got to get surgery. Listen, guys, I'm going to tell y'all this. When you turn 30 and all that shit, I thought it was, you know, the people were just playing, you know, hey, man, you got to do a little extra. I thought I had it like I used to. I ain't had it like I used to. First game,
was he wrong.
I went out there hooping. First game, we was ran in the half court. I was out there killing
Time
it.
out. Pause. This nigga said I went out there hooping. Y'all ask him, when was the last time you went hooping before that?
When was the last time you went hooping before that? Shit, probably a solid 2 years.
Hey, bro, like, whenever you called me and told me that, like, all I can see is an opening of a movie. Yep. You're probably wondering, how did I get here?
You know what's the craziest part, bro? I got the injury on video.
Oh, man, you never told me that. I got to see that.
I was sending it to you, bro. It's crazy, dog. Like, the first full court game, I was standing up, chilling, talking, showing somebody some crypto, showing my girl Crystal some crypto, explaining, you know, how to invest and use crypto.com app, whatnot. Shit, probably 10 minutes. I'm just over there standing up talking like, hey, come on, man, let's go and run the next game. My dumb ass just gonna run out there. Now, why would I do that? I just been standing up, chilling, sitting down for like 10, 15 minutes. I ain't got it like that, man. I should have, you know what I'm saying, warmed up.
It didn't cool down.
Yeah. So this is the second possession of the court. I get the I'm coming up the court. I'm just jogging up the court, son. Next thing you know, look like somebody sniped my dumb ass. I went to, and my legs stuck.
Headshot.
And I went, and then my knees hit the floor. And then I slid on the ground like how on FIFA when they be scoring a goal. Yeah, dog. I said, oh no.
When you said that, I thought about that commercial. It's a commercial where everybody was just sliding.
Just sliding, bro. Just sliding. I said, dang. So yeah, your boy ended up tearing his patella tendon. I got to get some surgery on that joint.
Jesus.
I've been walking around, doing a lot.
Basically, his kneecap is in the middle of his thigh.
Not in the middle, but it's sitting on my femur. And I got to get the tendon that hold it to my shin bone reattached. So
y'all know what this fool was telling me? Oh, it's going to fix itself, dog.
Hey, man, look, I just got physical therapy. You know what I'm saying? I was at the house. I was doing things. Because at first,
man, I'm going to go to cryotherapy. It's going to help.
It did help. I just think, honestly, it wasn't as bad at first, but there was a couple subsequent falls from like.
You ain't say that.
Yeah, it did happen a couple times where it's like knee buckled and,
To get you life alerted.
Nah. But yeah, we taking care of it. So that's actually coming up for me. That's something I'm a little nervous about. We both talking about surgery, but hey, I'm too young, and we gonna make a healthy recovery. You already know how it's going.
Yes,
Minor
sir.
setback for a major comeback. Y'all see me, I'll probably be making more content because I'll be stuck in the house, baby. And all other news, I switched jobs, so I am gonna be more available.
Turn up.
Yep, be back in the house, working from home. So, yeah, looking forward to getting more content out to you guys. But, man, that's a long-ass intro, dog.
Hey, man, sometimes we need to just let them know what's going on, dog. We just be hopping into the content. Sometimes they want to know what's going on with us, man.
Y'all let us know what I'm saying.
I could be wrong. Audience, if y'all want to know about us, know about what's going on with our personal lives and everything, y'all let us know. Drop it in the comments. Drop it in the reviews. Whatever. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Y'all know what this is. If you're on YouTube, hit that notification bell. Like, subscribe. Share it to a family member. Share it to a friend. Now, David, let's start this show. Let's get it in.
Yes,
let's
sir.
Go.
Yes, sir. So, first topic of the day, man. So, this is a question that my good brother posed to me, and
matter of fact, I gotta ask the question.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna let you answer the question.
I'm gonna introduce how I came up with this question. Okay, a few weeks back, there was the CEO of Astronomer got caught cheating at the Coldplay concert, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, once that shit hit the streets, everybody was talking about it. All the black news articles, all these other people are covering this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in my head, I'm like, man, why the fuck do we care about these niggas so much? What is it doing for us to be speaking about them so much? Why do we care about white culture and what they got going on? And in my head, I was like, you know what? Fuck them.
So, I feel you, right? I don't really give a damn about white culture, but with this moment in particular, my brother, I'm on the opposite side of the fence with you, right? And I'll tell you why. Because anytime a black man get caught in some type of cheating scandal, they drag it. That shit be on ESPN, motherfucking CBS, NBC, everything. Everybody be reporting on it. So, like, I think about, Tiger Woods with his scandal. That man lost all kind of stuff because he was out here, he was wilding. More recently, the Celtics coach, his scandal. He was wilding, you know what I'm saying? But he was an adult man that was cheating on his prominent celebrity wife.
With a member of the staff.
Right? Compare and contrast to Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft was getting the same thing done as Deshaun Watson, but that story came and went.
Robin Tubb.
You know what I'm saying? It came and went. Whenever it's them, it's usually that situation. It just come and go. So I like that they kind of drug it out, and I think the reason it was drug out more is because he was a CEO. because right now CEOs, like as wage inequality gets worse, CEOs aren't looked at as favorably. So as a society, they're like, yeah, fuck you, you rich fuck, you don't do nothing. Versus like it being a situation that it was because it's a white guy. I think it had more to do with him being a CEO than anything.
Well, once again, I get you on that, right? But my whole thing is, bro, there's so many other things that we could be focusing on.
I feel that
instead of talking about the CEO of Astronomer fucking around with this little lady over here.
Hey,
like
I ain't gonna
people
lie.
so invested they would go look up his wife. They figured out his wife like literally changed her name right after the thing happened. All of this stuff.
Oh, yeah,
aired.
yeah.
Like,
See, they're way too invested.
Like, people,
you're way
you know
too
how
invested.
the internet gets, bro. Like
yeah,
people super invested, and it's just like, bro, what is this doing for the culture? What is this doing for you? What is this doing for your pockets?
I mean, but that's black internet culture, bro. If we gonna like black Twitter before it got ruined, niggas gonna get some jokes off, and it's gonna be the jokes that drive the cultural conversation more times than not. And like I think another thing is,
that's why we a joke.
Ooh, hey.
In the words of Rakim Sabri, if the culture ain't doing nothing for you, we might have to let the culture go.
That's fair, but I'm just speaking from where we are currently. Yes, that moment, it wasn't just us either. It was everybody. That's the whole other aspect of it. Like all the reenactments and all that shit. It was like I think it was more of a unifying moment than anything, that everybody kind of point the finger and laugh at this guy because he was stupid enough to lose his job. Because he really, if bro would have just played it cool, nobody would have known. Nobody would have known. If y'all had just stood there and just looked at each other, like it would have been regular. But because y'all did all them antics and theatrics, y'all made people want to know who y'all were. It was stupid.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't condone nobody cheating
real bad too. Yeah,
I'm glad he lost his job.
Never been hugged up like that. Lost his job and his family.
Hey man, look, they did it to Tiger Woods. I ain't mad at a white man losing it, and I ain't mad at him dragging it. I get your point about the jokes with the culture and shit, but I think outside looking in, us joking on other people ain't that bad. It's whenever we joke about things that are actual problems in our community. Whenever we
like
joke,
it's serious situations, but we take that shit for a joke.
Yeah, like we talk about an example, just the street hood culture. Like we make jokes about, little man was a terrible dude. He was out here robbing, killing, stealing. But then whenever he died, his mama gonna be on the news talking about he was such a good boy, and we'll make jokes and laugh about stuff like
Reggie just sent that to the group. There was a guy that got shot in New Orleans, and like his cousin's name was basically saying he got shot in New Orleans for robbing someone's house. So I will say it was kind of messed up because the lady shot him after she called the police and after he was out of the house, like running away. So I will say that was messed up.
She should definitely get charged for that.
Yeah, he broke into her house and burglarized it though, and she shot him. And then, his cousins and everything was on like, oh, he was going to school. It's just a situation we're in. He was just trying to make a little extra dollars, kind of almost justifying it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, nah, that ain't cool either, dog.
Yeah.
Like the whole situation's just messed up.
Yeah. And poverty creates situations where people will do things out of desperation. Mm-hmm. But it's not like you can make it morally just because you were in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Right is right and wrong is wrong.
And because we're still on the conversation of kind of like white culture or whatever, something that just literally popped in my head. I know this isn't on the topic board, but Hulk Hogan passed recently.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not going to speak about him. It's about his estate. And
I ain't gonna hold you though.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about him.
Nah, man. Because I used to fuck with Hulk Hogan, man.
Never.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was a kid, bro, I used to rock with Hulk Hogan. That man had me proud to be an American. I want to be an American. I was in there singing the little songs, playing the wrestling games and all that, bro. Then when I found out, I think I was probably like 13, 14 years old, because I used to be big into wrestling as a kid. He said something about I want my daughter dating no niggers. And I said, wow, bro. this white man who was such an American symbol to me really showed me what America is about. And they drugged the fact that this man died, by the way. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Nobody
They
was
did
like
him
resting.
like Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, that's damn, man. I was like, damn, bro. Don't get me wrong. After the racist shit came out, I wasn't no Hulkamania fan, but I didn't think it was gonna be like that. Like the public reception to him passing away. Like it was like, yeah, you are a true piece of shit, sir. And I was like, damn, that's crazy to see how people who were once, idols or something like that, as time goes, where life brings them.
So
as you find out more about them.
The reason why I brought that up, though, so the daughter, right, that was dating the black guy,
yeah,
she is stating she doesn't want anything to do with the estate.
Wow.
She doesn't want no money, nothing from it.
Damn, they really hate that nigga guts.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you, right? So I think she's married to a white guy now. Woo. But I wanted to ask you, right? If she were black, hypothetically, let's say you were her husband, the black husband, right?
Give me them Hulkamania dollars. Can you hear me, brother? Yeah, nigga, I'm taking that shit. The fuck you mean, boy? Nigga tripping, bro. Nigga tripping. I ain't gonna lie, she's standing on business though. Shout out to her daughter, but
I ain't gonna lie. In my head, I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I need that. That's reparations, baby.
Run me that, please.
Run me that money,
but
baby.
No, that's interesting. Maybe she's doing quite well for herself.
It's actually, and it's not just him. It's a few of his other kids that's saying, nah, fuck him and that money.
Damn, bro, he must have really been a terrible person.
I know. He must have been a horrible dad.
Like, you got to be a horrible father for your children to like not want nothing.
No, I don't want the money.
Bro, like, you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Never finished it.
Okay. I ain't gonna spoil the show for you. But
yeah, don't spoil
similar. It. Yeah, you'll see what I'm saying whenever you finish watching it or something.
I can believe it. I can already see it, bro.
Yeah, like I don't want nothing to do with you or that bread. Like,
yeah. Walt tripping. Yeah, I can see it.
But to kind of button up what you're talking about, yeah, man, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's cool to make fun of them. I think that's one of the things that can unify us. But behind all the jokes, there does need to be some level of action that's taken, and that needs to be reflected in our next election cycles and next. Really how we organize as a community. Because it's like, yeah, a lot of times whenever we do events, the event purpose is just to turn up. And like, we could do a little bit more, hey, look, we don't want this, so but I digress.
Facts. So yeah, that's all I wanted to with that one. You want to get into, I came up with the next topic too, so I'll introduce that one. Once again, just riding, thinking. And something I thought about is gatekeeping good or bad? And what makes me say that, right? I was thinking.
Wait, before you share your full thoughts, instant thought, yes or no? Is gatekeeping good or bad? Yes or no?
I think it could be a necessary evil.
My answer is going to be yes. Gatekeeping is a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my full thoughts, right? I'm riding. I might have been listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and they might have said something, and then I think it sparked a thing in my mind. And basically, when we think about gatekeeping, right, we think about, oh, this person isn't letting me in. This person isn't doing this. This person isn't doing that. But also, the gatekeeper. Sometimes the gatekeeper is the person that protect the community, right? Mm-hmm. So, and when I really thought about it, I was like, maybe gatekeeping isn't bad, but maybe having the wrong person at the gate is bad, right? And for example, let's just talk about the social media finance craze that happened, or we could talk about hip hop, right? If they had certain people gatekeeping certain things, keeping people like a Little Pump or people who don't really cherish, people who don't really respect the movement, keeping those people out, keeping those people from being successful, I think that's the good part, right? The people who don't really give a damn, the people who want to come in, take advantage of people, commit fraud. They want to scam people, do all of these things. If there's somebody to gatekeep and say, nah, I don't think this person is valid. This person ain't solid. We shouldn't really fuck with them. Kind of makes me think about Tony the Closer and kind of what he doing, right? That's one thing. The other side, the part that makes me think that is bad, right? Because you could have the wrong person gatekeeping. The wrong person gatekeeping can keep a person who is talented, a person who is committed, a person that's driven to the movement, a person that you can actually see that wants to do things. That person can hinder that person.
The wrong gatekeeper will let the wrong people in and keep the right people out.
Yes, sir.
I see what you're saying. So, like, for me, right?
Even like the everybody comes to the barbecue. Nah, man, fuck them niggas.
Nah. Everybody can't be invited, right? And that's kind of my thing and why I believe gatekeeping is a good thing. You say a necessary evil. I don't think it's evil at all. A lot of times, gatekeeping has this negative connotation when it's really just what you said. It's regulating. Do you have the qualities and parameters to be a person, or do you have the values to be a person who is a part of this community? Because unfortunately, everybody can't go. There's no situation in which everybody can go. There are people who may be great people who are good friends to you, but they don't share the qualities and values and take the same actions as a people who are in this group. And whenever you start letting people who necessarily shouldn't be in, whenever you let everybody in, right? Because my thing is, you don't want to not give someone an opportunity. But whenever you just let unqualified people in, you start to degrade the entire environment. And I'll use insurance adjusting as a great example. The insurance adjusting industry is a great example of that, right? From the time I've entered it and the time Jalen has entered it, right? Jalen was telling me about this back in, 2016, 2017? He had an auntie.
Right after we graduated, yeah, cousin. Right after we graduated, bro.
Right after we graduated. And they were making great money. Like $50 an hour was a regular type of thing. But with the advent of the internet, it's particularly during the COVID pandemic, what we noticed was like people coming online talking about, hey man, this adjusting thing is a great opportunity. All you need to do is get, $300-$400, get a license, lie on your resume, and then you could get in. But the issue with that is, right, the people that are going for this, some people are going in with ease in their mind and they're willing to take less. And whenever you start to let people in who don't share, again, those same qualities, values, and standards, it becomes a race to the bottom. And adjusting has been a great example of this. Every older adjuster I've been speaking to since I've entered the industry has said the money continues to go down. And the reason is new people flooding in because there's an influx of people on the internet talking about how great of an opportunity this is, when in all reality, they just trying to make some money. They selling pickaxes in the gold mine. Whereas like once a lot of people, after they've spent the money and gotten into the industry, they recognize, okay, well, the work expectations don't match up with the funding now. And older people who have experience, because this wasn't gate kept well, now they don't want to tell you. They don't want to put people on opportunities because like this is the good opportunities. Because this is a who you know industry, and if everybody wants to make a lot of money, but a lot of people don't. But hardly anybody wants to become the person it takes to make a lot of money. And
let's talk about that. That, right? Because with the insurance adjusting industry, the way it is positioned and spun to people is, oh, you can come in, you can make a lot of money. But a lot of people don't understand the skill set that you need to have to make that money, right? Mm-hmm. And when I say this skill set, right, a lot of people, they just like, oh, let me get my license, let me land my first job. But they're not doing the work. Even with me with cybersecurity, right? I kind of see the same parallels with the tech industry.
People just get a certification and think that's enough. It's not enough.
They're not putting in the skills. They're not, the insurance adjusting industry is heavy customer service skills, right? I've literally watched whenever I would go to assignments, people can't even call and speak to people on the phone just to get a first notice of laws. They can't even speak to people just to figure out what's going on. That's one, right? Second, technology side of the thing. They don't even know how to work a freaking computer.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to make all of this money. You want to do all of this thing. Third, they also don't want to really put the work in that's necessary.
They don't want to learn the knowledge to become proficient at the job that you're getting paid to do.
Exactly. Like, it's work. It's work for sure, bro. Like, you going to get paid, but it's work. And you're going to work hard whenever you're working in insurance adjuster. You're going to either be working 7/12s, you're going to be working 6/10s, or you're going to be working like
a staff type job where,
Yeah.
you're doing 40, but they going to try to flex you and get some overtime hours out of you. But either way, like to Jalen's point, it's work. But that I think it's a good example as to why gatekeeping can be a good thing. And more times than not, I think the negative connotation that we apply to it from a cultural standpoint, we got to try to shy away from that, because we need to be holding people to a standard at times. It's like, if it's a qualified person that's getting knocked out, blame the gatekeeper. But if it's a rando, we doing the right thing. And we got to protect those things. Like, if you don't have standards, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. And that's what I see happening with a lot of shit.
Yeah, same.
Hip-hop.
Like I said, same thing with the tech industry, bro. Like, I speak to some people. I'm trying to build my network in there. Anybody who want to connect with me, hit your boy up on LinkedIn. Yeah, you feel me? But yeah, I speak to a lot of people, and I hear some people just like, yeah, I just got my certification. Then I'm like, okay, what else are you doing? Not doing no labs, not doing nothing to really figure out.
Not even networking,
themselves.
not trying to talk to somebody to, like, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not going to be a one thing. You got to continually build those skills and display that you have those skills.
So yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Same.
When executed properly.
Yes, indeed. So, man, moving on to the next topic. This is something that I had that I wanted to kind of talk about, to give like some context to it. A lot over the last few weeks, we've been talking a lot about the markets and cycles, and this is a constant thing on the show where we really like to examine macroeconomic trends. So one topic that just kind of came across my radar, because we've been talking about market crashes. Seems like since the flash crash of 2021, we're just waiting on this bubble to pop, right? So I wanted to go over the 4 patterns that you can observe in a market crash and kind of show how there's parallels with today, but also kind of discuss how today is different. And I got a question at the end of it that I'm going to ask, because I think it's an important question that we all should be thinking about whenever we think about bubbles popping and economic cycles, especially like in 2025, how the world is so different. So getting into it, right? The 4 patterns that are observed in a market crash. So there's 4 things throughout history. Like if you've seen any big market crash or panic, these are the things that are going to be consistent trends across every one of them. And number 1, we have investor overconfidence. Everybody thinks we're going to just continue to make money forever. 1929, you had shoe shine boys telling you what stocks to pick. Not the right person to be telling you that information. And if you're taking that information from them, you probably deserve to lose some money, right? And number 2, we got regulatory shortfalls. So the government fails to put in proper guardrails. We don't have the proper guardrails in place, and that's why people are operating like this wild, wild west environment. Think the mortgage default swaps crash of 2008, where they just were letting them do whatever. They was letting them bundle up all these securities and sell these shitty mortgage, subprime mortgage packages as A1 credit rated things, and they crashed the whole economy behind it. Those regulatory shortfalls played a direct role, and that's why there are laws now that prevented. I think was like we got the Dodd-Frank Act and the I can't remember the other. It's a couple of them, but those Obama era laws that they even started making Congress report on their trades, just more transparency in markets. And number 3, we have a new poorly understood financial vehicle. So again, those credit default swaps, think back in the 80s and 87, they had started, with leverage buyouts and portfolio insurance, and they were like, yo, this is the greatest thing ever. And then whenever it was the greatest thing until it wasn't, and then the markets crash. Same thing with those.
Do you see one of those right now?
Right now, the closest comparison I could think is .com bubble, and it is AI. Just the umbrella term for artificial intelligence and the very wide and broad. It might be a combination of AI and cryptocurrencies. The general lack of understanding for the broad-based knowledge of people, that makes me concerned, because a lot of people are just like, AI, like, just throw our money at AI and it's going to continue to go up. Well,
like,
that's what they said during the .com crash,
Like a company like what is it? Afterpay, or is it Klarna, talking about, oh yeah, we're an AI company.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's just slapping AI on there to try to increase their valuation, push their stock price higher. It becomes just a hot button term. And that a lot of these firms aren't turning a profit. A lot of these things aren't actually, they're heavily relying on venture capital and hype right now. And from a real world use case standpoint, a lot of the stuff isn't there. To the same thing you were just saying about Klarna, right? Klarna said they were an AI company, fired a bunch of their staff, and then had one of the worst losing quarters ever. And now they're
rehiring everybody.
They're rehiring people, and they about to start putting that stuff on people's credit, because they was that hurt behind their actions, thinking that artificial intelligence can do what humans can do. And yes, we are making leaps. I know OpenAI recently released like their AI agent, but we've talked about this several times now. We severely overestimate the capabilities of AI. Like, it still requires humans to function. And the thought that it's gonna just replace us or all this stuff like that, I think that type of hype and mystique around it creates why I feel like it's our shiny, dangerous new toy.
I do feel like some things will be replaced by AI.
Some things will, but just like how some things during the .com bubble, like Amazon, Google, Apple, like they all came out of the .com as like titans of industry. Microsoft, they came out as titans of industry. So that will be created, but a lot of the hype machine around it, whenever that goes away, that I think is going to be a big thing. And then number 4 is just debt. That's something we've been talking about consistently. Debt. We're up to our ears in debt in America, bruh. The government in debt. The government, I think like 52% of our revenue is going to paying the debt. You said who?
The government mama.
Everybody in debt, man. The consumer loans all-time high. Credit card debt.
President been
buy now, pay later debt. The debt balances for people are continually climbing. With that, right? Those are 4 things that I guess are reasons why I can say people have continually called for a market crash, because you can still see those patterns today in just about everything. Like, we have the most overvalued stock market in the history of stock markets, but we hold on to this idea that things are going to continually go up. And this brings me to the question that I had, right? Is quantitative easing breaking the natural market cycle? And can it prevent a market crash?
So I do have a question. Is it just quantitative easing, or do you think it's the actual controlling and our controls that we have with like the Federal Reserve and just our financial system in general?
I think QE is the main driver of it still, whereas like every time we get into a situation where we're concerned about the debt, we just continually add to the deficit by making up additional money and driving inflation. Like the Fed continues to print money, and as long as that goes on, even with interest rates, right? Because that's been the big battle with them and Trump. Like, Trump wants them to cut interest rates. The market's still hitting all-time highs. They hadn't cut interest rates since December. You know, like, even though that's what he wants, that's not, we just had
the numbers aren't justifying for him to do it.
Yeah, but the idea that, I think because we've had the practice now to see it happen twice. In 2008, we did it. In 2021, we did it. And both times the market recovered. Shit, it recovered even faster in 21 than it did in 2008. So it's like, I think it's going to be a situation where they're going to just keep going until the deficit, till the bubble's going to just keep getting blown up. And I think a lot of times we get so caught up on crash and trying to hop out that we're losing sight of the fact that our money is continually losing value, and you need to be invested in something, because inflation is really the enemy here. Like, if we're thinking about a market crash right now, we need to be thinking about how much less our money's actually going to be worth if we're not putting it to work for us, because it's going to continue to get worse before it gets better. Like, everything with the big beautiful bill, that's not going to increase the amount of money going to the American middle class or lower classes of people. Life is going to get more expensive. We still have the tariffs and trade negotiations going on. Like, things aren't getting cheaper. And the only way that you're going to retain any of your dollar's value is through the asset markets. And not having exposure to it, I think, what country is it? Japan is an example of it. You know, they kept interest so low and just kept printing money to where they ended up in a deflationary environment, and now their money not worth nothing. Like, that could very well be the reality of the United States in the next 5 to 10 years. But until we get to that point, invest in assets and don't be scared to invest on a consistent basis through dollar cost averaging. That's just kind of my thoughts on that.
So I'm going to go back to the question that you posed about quantitative easing. I do think it is keeping the markets afloat, but I also feel like all of this shit is just smoke and mirrors anyway, right?
House of cards.
I feel like this is all a house of cards. And I feel like it's just a panic button, right? Whenever people start to fear, whenever things start to go on,
they hit that big red button.
Yeah.
Print.
Let me push this button. Let me chill out. Y'all relax. We good.
Money
we ain't got
printer
nothing
go
to worry
brr.
about. Yeah. Money printer go brr. It's a bandemic, not a pandemic. Y'all straight. Y'all cool. We gonna take care of y'all. But my question is always, how long can that sustain for, right? One of the great analogies that I've always heard is, you either take the shit out or you let the shit keep on piling up. Which one would you rather? Would you rather be in a clean house or a house full of shit?
Damn. Obviously, you'd rather be in a clean house.
But our debt just keep on raising. Our debt just keep on going. And I heard that back in like 2008, whenever the market was crashing and like all the debt and everything. It's just like they just keep on raising the debt ceiling, right? We're not addressing it. We're just raising it. We're just throwing the shit back on top. Hey, keep on piling up on shit mountain. We're going to climb on the top and keep on going.
But, you know, like, I think it's interesting because I think that's everybody's game plan right now. It's like, hey, look, we just going to keep piling the shit on. We're just going to keep piling debt on.
How long can it last? But then, once again, my thing is, this is all smoke and mirrors, because who created the money? Who's giving this money value? Who's controlling all of this? Central banks and all these other things. Like, really, it just all depends on what the consumers want to do. People ain't tanking. People have that investor overconfidence like you're talking about, right? Like, that's the current market that we're in. And I think a lot of people are just oblivious, and people probably could get caught with their pants down. Will that happen sometime soon? I don't know. What should you do? Keep on investing in the smart companies.
Because as long as your investment horizon timeline is not in the next 5 to 10 years, why are we stressing? You know, you don't want to be in no bad companies like Jalen just said. If you're investing in the titans of the industry, companies that you know going to be around, your Microsofts, Apples, Nvidias,
I think that's when learning the financials of companies whenever you're investing is truly important, right? We speak about, oh, these companies, this and that. Like the companies that have never turned a profit, the companies that are, don't have their books don't look the best. If you really start to learn and start to read these reports, their K1s and all of these other things, and you really start to understand the story that the numbers are telling, I think that helps you make better choices in your investment and really help you build a better portfolio to help you shield from some of those downturns in the market.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Because it's one of those things, man. You can psych yourself out of it by always thinking about a crash. Like all four of those trends that I just talked about, very prevalent and prominent today. We're still hitting all-time highs. You still not invested, but we still hitting all-time highs. You don't have to know every individual company. You can invest in ETFs. You can invest in Bitcoin ETFs these days. You got so many options at your disposal. Just starting is always going to be the better option, in my opinion. And if you want to wait till a day where it's a little market correction, you got some money you put off aside.
Y'all know, I've told y'all my theory. I only buy on red days, baby. Red mean it's a sale.
Telling you, if you get that notification that it's an all-time high, don't go buy that shit.
I ain't buying.
Don't buy that shit. It's almost positive. I'm almost positive it's gonna dip the next day. 97% of the time, whenever a stock hits an all-time high, it does a minor correction the next day. Somebody taking profit.
Facts. That's another one. I saw a tweet and somebody was like, don't be upset when you take profit and the stock continues to run up. You've made profit, you didn't lose, so don't be upset.
That's a fact. Take profit. That's being greedy, bro. Being greedy. And I can speak to that firsthand because I've done that where it's like,
I need you to move the mic closer to you, brother, or angle it down.
Messing with options, bro. Like getting greedy, messing with options. Where it was like, okay, I closed the contract out kind of early and it ran up another 50%. Okay, but you made 50%. What you mad that you didn't get the other 50 for? Yeah, you could have had this, but you sold. Why you mad? The worst thing you could do is try to chase. Because now you done sold, if you see this one up 50, oh, it's going to keep going up. Now you done threw even more bread at another trade trying to chase, and now you might have just lost your money.
Thanks. Well, I think I'm done with this topic. You got anything else?
Nah, man, that's it, man. Just be wise. Be wise. Be disciplined. Don't be out here betting money that you need. Don't be at your job trading stocks on your breaks.
Well, you throwing shade. That's hilarious. You're a wild boy.
I had losing money on your breaks. That's crazy.
He ain't throwing shots at me, but it's hilarious. Let's get into this next topic, my brother.
What's good? What you got for me, dog?
Next topic I want to get into is your boy Taco. I don't know why they call him Taco now, but it's funny.
Taco is insane.
Yeah, they call him Trump Taco now. I don't know why they call him Taco. If somebody knows the joke behind Taco, y'all please let me in.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's funny.
What they got something to do with I will vote but Donald Trump? Do you think it got something to do with that?
I don't know.
You remember they was making that song with the Cubans?
This guy here. Chill out, man. But basically, I want to talk about a few things that happened within the past few weeks. Buddy really low-key like on the brink of some dictator
real
type
talk
shit.
This some dictator shit right here. So you want to get into it, man? You want to share an article? How you want to get into it? Because I got one. You mentioning the dictator thing before you pull it up. One thing that's very shocking about this, right? So for those that don't know, just kind of introducing the topic. Recently, the jobs report came out. The Bureau of Labor Statistics released the jobs report on August 1st, which was a Friday. The government reported that in the month of June, we only added 73,000. No, the month of July. We added 73,000 jobs. And they revised the numbers for May and June, which came in at 250,000 less than what it was previously reported for those months combined. So with that, right, those revisions, that's not something that's not normal. This happens all the time. Jobs reports are revised. But those revisions kind of showed that hey, the job market isn't as strong as what we're thinking right now. People are kind of not adding as many jobs as what was thought. So, in response to this data coming out, the president of the United States fires the chief that is over the Bureau of Labor
Okay,
Statistics
so
department that
I'm gonna
reports on
pause you right
this.
there. So we'll talk about that part. I want to get into the numbers behind that, right? Because you talked about that 250,000. So yes, revisions are common. Revisions do happen, but the amount of jobs,
The difference, right? The delta
yes,
there, that 250,000 is a bigger
that was
difference.
a larger swing than people were normally used to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you said, Trump's response to that large difference was, "Hey, let's fire the Bureau of Labor chief
The fuck, bro?
because
Cause,
hey,
cause, cause it's her fault.
this clearly no, this clearly isn't right. This is clearly, of course, he went on to
Fake
blame Biden.
news.
He blamed Biden. He said Biden put this incompetent person into this position, and clearly the numbers are wrong, or she's doing something illegal, or something. His thing was it was political motive that the numbers were changed to make him look bad. Is really what he was trying to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got this article up from CNBC. So right now, the White House is kind of under fire because the National Economic Counselor Kevin Hassett on Sunday defended President Trump's sudden decision to fire the Bureau of Labor Statistics commissioner without citing specific evidence. Hassett repeatedly pointed to the revisions on Friday's employment data to justify Trump's firing of BLS Commissioner Erica McIntyre, but did not provide data showing the latest jobs reports was rigged. So basically, they're saying, hey, this is wrong, but they're not backing up and showing them, hey, this is actually the correct numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just saying, no, those numbers are wrong.
It can't be right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they're not showing, hey, this is the statistics that we have to say that this is wrong. And he said, I mean, the revisions are hard evidence, he said on NBC News, adding that there have been a bunch of patterns that could make people wonder. The article then says revisions are common in job market report data, as the initial estimate often becomes more precise as additional payroll data becomes available in subsequent months. The data is dependent on surveys of employers, and some businesses may not file their data by the initial reporting deadline. So basically, some of this stuff is projections and not the true numbers, right?
And then whenever the numbers are actually available,
Which I think that's low key kind of flawed. I think that they shouldn't be reporting if y'all don't have the accurate data. I feel like you should wait to kind of get that shit. Maybe you should do this on a quarterly basis instead of doing this shit every fucking month, nigga.
having it as a kind of lagging report.
Yeah.
Which may make more sense, but this is one of those big market indicators that people look at. They look for it every month. The jobs report kind of just it either builds or like what's the word I'm looking for? Not destroys, but kind of turns down. I think of it like a gas pedal. It's either pressing up or like you're taking your foot off of it. A good jobs report is putting gas on the market, but if it's a bad one, investors kind of taking their foot off the pedal, like, oh wait, maybe the economy is not as strong as what I was thinking. And the idea that he said this is done for political reasons is really dangerous to me. And there was a quote that was in that article where he stated that he believed that replacing this individual.
So I got the exact what you said. So this is what it said. The president stated he wants his own people there, suggesting that the data would be more transparent and more reliable with a Trump appointee.
Suggesting they're going to put on his paper what I told them to put on that damn paper. That's what that just said to me, right? Whereas, like, we're less concerned about the actual factuals and more of how does it look for me. And that's that authoritarian stuff that that's the stuff that makes me
Slippery slope.
Yeah, like ooh, this made me nervous because you're controlling the data. I think about China as an example. Like we don't have legitimate statistics on anything about the Chinese economy since like 2022. They just stopped giving it to the world.
Reporting it.
Yeah, they just stopped giving it to the world, and then the numbers that they were giving us, we're still like, we don't know if this is accurate or not. This is just what they're reporting. But whenever you don't have like a level of unbiased, and I think that's something important, like with him and the Fed, right? The Fed whole thing is the Fed is separate from the government, and they should be independent of those political decisions. They're all about monetary policy and driving economic activity. So it's like you're trying to politicize things that aren't political. This is economic. And if you tie those two together, that's whenever y'all start, like I said, like that authoritarian type regime. Yeah. I think it's quite problematic that he fired the lady. And realistically, we've seen this so many times with this dude, bro. He just does shit and then doesn't like take accountability for the things that he's done.
Yeah, that nigga has no accountability. That's the part that really pisses me off.
Like, because one of the things that most definitely have affected this is the tariffs, right? This ongoing trade war, where at the beginning of this month, they were
starting to see it trickle in. I still don't think we've seen the full effects of tariffs.
No, because at the beginning of this month was supposed to be the deadline to have the deals with everybody, or the universal. I want to say it was universal 15% kicks in for everyone. And some deals have been announced, like the EU's deal, but like all that uncertainty is just making major corporations and businesses like, hey man, I don't know right now. Like we don't know which way this thing is going to go. So I'm not going to invest this capital in this extra person just because I might have to let them go if things go around, or this tariffs increase the cost of my goods. So now I can't afford to have another staff. Like there's a trickle down effect from decisions that are being made at the top, and the lack of acknowledgement of that from those people definitely, again, just made me nervous about the whole totalitarian, authoritarian type regime. I still don't think America's going for that shit, but every time something like this happens, I'd be like, ooh.
Hey man, speaking of that, you also saw some of the other shit that he's doing. He didn't accuse, so from the releasing of the MLK files, the releasing of the MLK files, he then said he then said Obama committed treason. Did you know he went at Oprah and Beyonce too?
Bro, let me tell you.
As of today,
I need the Island Boy to release his motherfucking papers. Release them papers, Island Boy. As of today,
he shot at Charlamagne the God. Dude.
Bro, what are you doing? You're the president, bro. Like,
what's going on?
I don't need no president talking to Charlamagne about what you think about him. Charlamagne should be interviewing you. Charlamagne should be interviewing you and asking you questions, not you getting on social media talking about this nigga. Shout out to Charlamagne, though. You obviously doing big things. Everybody, if Donald Trump is using you as a distraction. But we still want them things, Island Boy. We know your freak ass was out there.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think, even if it does release, I don't think anything's going to happen to him.
It's going to be redacted. You're not going to see his name in there.
I just wish, hey, bring this up. This is something very interesting that I had heard when it comes to, the whole Epstein Island stuff and pedophilia in America. Did you know that, like, until 1895, the legal age of consent was, like, 7 years old in most states?
What?
Yeah, nigga.
These niggas is sick.
And it was, like, 13, 14, in, like, the 20s and shit.
I knew it was 13, 14. I knew those ages were, like, the legal ages of consent, like, back then.
Yeah, bro.
But 7 years of age?
Bro.
That's fucking sick, bro.
This has been a sick thing. It's crazy to think about, but I think about it this way: was like society, we're getting so much more progressive over the years, and like the advent of social media and the ability to freely create content and have these discussions is shining light on things like that. Whereas, like, yeah, that's crazy.
Nigga, 7 years old.
Yeah,
that brings another tangent in my head. Like, I saw 2 clips within the past 2 days of kids speaking to grown men on Roblox. The kids gave the men their address, bro.
On some To Catch a Predator stuff?
No, bro. Like, so one of them, dude is talking to the guy on Roblox. Kid gave dude his address. Dude pulled up, was like, yo, man, I don't really, pull up on people. And then dude, mom comes out and she's like, what are you doing here? Who are you? Why? He's like, yeah, your son actually sent me pictures of you, so I'm here to kind of talk to you. Your son wanted me to hook up with you. Why she let somebody she don't know into her house, bro? Crazy. Of course, they were white. Second thing was, it was actually a little black girl. I think the girl maybe was 12. She dropped her address to a person in Roblox. He pulled up at the crib. This nigga was like, so of course, a black mama being a black mama. She's like, man, what the fuck?
Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, like, why are you talking to my 12-year-old child? This nigga was like, oh man, I just came over here to play the game. You gonna let me in? She's like, nigga, no.
No, nigga. Like, I'm calling the police. Police, help.
That just was crazy. That just popped up in my head whenever you're talking about like the pedophilia and everything. Y'all, please, please, please monitor your kids on these games, especially if they have communication type of capabilities and everything, because it's a real sick world, and I would hate, because I know me, I'm catching a body, nigga. What the fuck you doing here, nigga? Like, it's going down. I'm gonna just let you know. Somebody ever pop up to my house talking about, yeah, I met your son on Roblox.
Nigga, you about to meet the Lord. You want to play?
Exactly.
You want to play these games? You gonna be meeting
I'm about
Jesus.
to put you on the block, nigga.
Your name gonna be on the block, bitch, playing with me. But nah, man. Speaking of kind of this topic, I guess it's a segue. I don't want to do too dirty, but freaky boys is freaky boys, and that freak activity, yeah. Now you done lost a lot of money on. So for those that don't know, man, unfortunately, Uncle Shannon Sharpe who was caught banging out the snow bunnies on IG Live. He actually recently got fired from ESPN due to that lawsuit. So ESPN's cut ties with NFL Hall of Famer. This is an article from The Athletic by Andrew Marchland. ESPN's cut ties with NFL Hall of Famer and media analyst Shannon Sharpe less than 2 weeks after he is settled with his ex-girlfriend that accused him of rape. Sources told The Athletic on Wednesday. So Shannon hadn't been with ESPN since late April when the suit was first filed. And he said he was going to come back around, training camp. It's training camp right now. ESPN has declined to comment on that. The woman, he named her, but I don't remember what he named her. But she was 19 at the time, I think, when they were involved. She had
whenever they first started speaking.
Yeah. So, but there's like a 40-year age gap between them, something like that, right? She was seeking $50 million for pain and suffering and psychological and emotional distress, mental anguish and embarrassment. Sharpe denied these allegations. He made that video saying it was a shakedown and saying they were going to put out a sex tape on him and all this stuff. He had doxed her and all that stuff like that. Well, they've dismissed the case with prejudice, meaning that she can't come back and try to sue him for this again. There's no criminal charges filed on this. But what's messed up about this is Shannon lost his job, right? I think he was making something like $6 million a year with ESPN. And something in particular he had to say about this was that he wished ESPN had waited until Monday to announce his departure. Because his older brother, Sterling Sharpe, a 5-time Pro Bowler for the Packers, is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame on Saturday. So before your brother got inducted to the Hall of Fame,
you all in the news. Man.
You all in the news because you was a freak boy. And this story here, man, like when it comes to this one, it's just a real cautionary tale of how lust can destroy so much.
Discipline, brother. Discipline. That's my biggest thing with that is discipline. And how you can squander your wealth by being undisciplined, by choosing the wrong women to be involved with. I don't care if she white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. If she the wrong woman, she can destroy you, brother. That's how men have been conquered. Kingdoms have fell throughout the ages. All it takes is a pretty face and a nice ass, and you could be done.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. And I hate to see that be the dismantling of Shannon, man.
So, and it's rumored, allegedly, that the settlement number is 23 million.
Because I do remember seeing something. The girl said she was retiring after that. That was a post she made the day after.
She done with OnlyFans.
She said she was done with that. She gonna do whatever. So she got her bag up out of him. And so there had to be something there for him to he did something.
Yeah. The crazy part to me is, according to like statistics, Unc only made like 20 bands throughout his 20 million throughout his entire NFL career.
Oh, he's made way more money since becoming
but I'm just
a media
saying,
personality.
Throughout your entire NFL career, brother, you
gave her your NFL career.
You put your body on the line. You did all of these things just to turn around, get that money to this little young white piece of ass. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know her name. I'm sorry. But just to give it to this young white piece of ass to come up, then say, hey, I'm done with OnlyFans. I'm going to have generational wealth. Kind of goes to that Hulk Hogan thing at the beginning, right? Like, you did all of these things. Now she about to feed her family for the rest of her life.
Giving away generational wealth, real talk. Because, that was a criticism, and I didn't look into it further, but I did see that was like a thing people were saying online. Was like, you didn't even give your kids money, or like you refused to give your kids money.
I didn't read it. They were saying that he only gave her his kid. This was something that I wrote once again. Not wrote. This was something that I read.
Nah, you was the one spreading the rumors. It was Jalen. We found him.
Whoa, pause. Because there's something else I want to get into off of this. But no, pause. Allegedly, this is something that I read on the internet. They were saying that he only gave his daughter $30,000 for her wedding.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, so
that'd be insane.
That was what I had saw. But I just want to say, fellas,
also, only is a crazy word for 30. 30 bands for a wedding is nice, but I get
in today's term, brother. That's the venue.
I hear you, but the bigger issue is the lack of discipline and the discord it created in his life, and the money, right? Like that is insane whenever you put it in that perspective of like you gave your NFL career's worth of time and money to this girl.
Yes.
Because you was into race play and you was in all that freaky deaky shit with her.
That was crazy whenever we heard about that too.
We should all know less about each other, man. That's all I gotta say. We should all know less about each other.
And the thing that I wanted to say whenever you were like, oh, I wrote out spread lies, Unc got hit with another lawsuit for $20 million.
Yeah, I heard about that one. I think that one gonna get dismissed.
I think it's gonna get dismissed too, but I think it's crazy. He just got hit with that. For the other one, just had to settle that for 20 M's with the lady that went to the Usher concert.
Yeah,
he read something on his on Nightcap, and allegedly it was from her husband, right? It was from the lady's husband, but come to find out the lady doesn't have a husband. The lady is a single mom. She has a homeschooling business, right? In her area, her whole thing is, oh, I'm a single mom. I've raised my kids, started this homeschool thing. So, a lot of people in the community, they trust her. That was her whole story. So now she's stating that, hey, this is actually affecting my business because now I'm losing kids. I'm losing people from actually coming to my school because they're thinking that I'm not credible. They're thinking that I'm hiding my husband or whatever, which I don't have. So that's why she's suing for defamation and everything. I will say I think it's bullshit because, lady, you was on that TV.
You ain't have to lick them cherries from Usher like that.
You did not have.
Defamation is one of the hardest things to prove, like in court. Historically, it's hard to prove defamation, and man, this is so frivolous. It's like one of those things. Once the floodgates open, the floodgates open.
When the rain and pour.
Yeah, somebody like shit. He paying. I'm trying to get mine too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a cold game. It's a cold game, but I just look at it.
Do you think he's gonna have to pay out anything on that?
He might pay it just to make it go away. At this point,
I don't know. How much you think she gonna get?
She'd probably take a meal and go on by her day.
I was gonna say like 100 or 200 bands.
Man, listen, the way Shannon doing right now, I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem like he has good legal counsel for real.
Mm-hmm.
Because him putting out that video was a terrible idea. You didn't need to do that. Like, that's the worst thing you can do whenever you get these type of allegations. The best thing you can do is shut the fuck up. Like, we don't need to hear from you. When they accused Jay-Z, he made a written statement. He ain't get on his TV show and got to talking and written statement. Prove it. That's it. Prove it. If I did something wrong, prove it. But
then I slap the suit on you.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas, like, in his situation, it makes me feel like he definitely was guilty because he felt the need to come out and say some shit. And they going to release 30 seconds of a video that's going to make me look real bad. But put the 10-minute video out. Whoa, Unc. You freaky ass boy. We don't want to see that. Freak ass nigga, man. I don't know what he into, but being a freak ass boy, that
Uncle's low key was already playing with fire. You know, he had the live that, oh, my Michelle.
Yeah.
Doing all of that kind of stuff. I think that he was just kind of playing with fire. And
Nigga's
I know for sure Cat Williams had came on that famous lines. You can be King the Conqueror, and all it takes is 2 weeks. Legit, this suit happened in April, bro. He lost his Boost Mobile deal. He done lost his
4 months.
Yeah, he done lost his ESPN job. And I don't know what other type of things were stalled because of this, right? Yeah. And once again, he could be completely innocent. He probably just settled it for it to go away. Whatever happened with the situation.
Man, you don't get no 20 mil away if you're innocent, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
I can't imagine that either.
If I'm innocent, I'm not giving, like Diddy, you wouldn't give 20 mil away if you was innocent, bro.
I can't
like, you know you're dead ass guilty, bro. Yeah. But yeah.
Fellas, y'all stay vigilant out there. Y'all be disciplined. Have some dick discipline, man. Don't just be hitting everything.
Just because you
I ain't gonna lie to you,
don't
brother.
mean you should.
You know, whenever you used to trade war stories and everything, I used to pop this, do that. I don't even like hearing about that shit no more, dog.
All 2025, stay your ass in the house, freak ass boys. All right, last topic for the day, man. This is a alarming trend that we want to ring the bell on for people that ain't aware. So, did you know that personalized pricing may be coming to you soon, right? So
might be happening right now.
So let's look at it. So I got this article.
What is personalized pricing?
So from CBS, right? That's PBS. My apologies. So personalized pricing.
Trying to get rid of PBS.
Yeah, they are.
Well,
they're trying to cut funding to it.
They are cutting funding.
Yeah, they're cutting funding to it. So personalized pricing, right? This is a trend where, in a nutshell, before I get into the article, they're gonna use data that they have about how much money you got to charge you a price based on you, not on a price on everybody else.
It's also not just how much money you got. It's also the trends and things that you're searching at that point in time, right?
So that's good to bring. So, like, getting into the article, right? Recently, Delta Airlines announced that it would use artificial intelligence to expand and provide individualized prices to customers. So that's a good example, right? Because Jalen just said, you know, the trends and all the things you're searching. That's something that's kind of always been a thing with airlines. If you go and look for some airline tickets, the next time you go and look at them prices is almost always going to be higher. Almost always. So that's something that's been in the airline industry. But customized pricing, where customers receive a different price for the same product, is the holy grail for businesses because it boosts profits. With customized pricing, free spending people pay more while price-sensitive pay less. Just as clothes can be tailored to each person, custom pricing fits each person and their ability and desire to pay. So I'm just moving on here.
Basically, why are you doing that? I was about to say, what I'm hearing is the people who like to blow a bag, y'all about to get ramshacked.
Yeah, if you cheap, you gonna get it cheaper. But if you don't care,
I'm with it.
So
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll go back and look at a price for months to see what that price looking like.
So okay, looking at this. So why has this caught on, right? So set prices had several advantages. Uniform pricing. Uniform pricing is the standard. It wasn't always the standard, though. That's something the article mentioned was in the past, it kind of was that. It was based on your ability to pay, to negotiate. I shared that little funny anecdote of my mom with the little guys at the kiosk at the mall. You know, that's a very good example of commerce and with negotiations. It's like, what are you willing to pay and how desperate is the seller? But uniform pricing kind of eliminated the need for that. So historically, it made it easier for stores to decide how much to charge. And before AI pricing, many companies determine prices using a cost plus rule. Cost plus means the business adds a fixed percentage or markup to an item's cost. The markup is the percentage added to a product's cost that covers the company's profits and overhead. Big box retailer Costco still uses that rule, adding roughly 15% maximum markup to each warehouse item on the floor. If something costs Costco $100, that means they sell it for about $115. So the problem with cost plus is that it treats all items the same. For example, Costco sells wine in many stores. People buying expensive champagne typically are willing to pay a much higher markup than customers purchasing inexpensive boxed wine. Using AI gets around the problem by letting a computer determine the optimal markup for item by item. So what does this mean, right? AI needs a lot of data to do this efficiently. Right now, most people are dealing with digital, everything digital can be tracked, and it's been called a gold mine of information. So MasterCard says its data lets companies determine optimal pricing. So Visa, MasterCard, these networks, they're going to be the ones sharing this data with these companies to basically help them do this. So the information that's collected on you, that all the things you pay electronically to, MasterCard, JP Morgan, any of financial companies, they are going to use that to inform the artificial intelligence and get some custom prices for you. So some states are trying to prevent it. Looks like they have some states that are requiring retailers to display a single price for each product on sale. But even with these laws, the system to do custom pricing by using targeted digital coupons. I did see something too where like Walmart was thinking about putting like digital labels in, which would just like, that plays right into, imagine this.
Automatically just changing.
That as you walk up, it got your geolocation on your phone and know what you've been looking for, and then know how much money you done spent and how much money you got in your account.
I'm going to turn all them settings off. Fuck y'all.
So that's good. I'm glad you said that. There's another part here. So how can you outsmart AI pricing? There are ways to get around customized pricing. All depend on denying AI programs data on past purchases and knowledge of who you are. First, when shopping in brick and mortar, use paper money. Good old-fashioned cash is private and leaves no data trail. Second, once online, clear your cache, your search history, and cook. Okay.
Sorry.
Nigga learn cybersecurity, and I can't add a little pizzazz to a word no more. I tell you, boy. Tell you, man. Niggas, man. Recent analysis by the FTC shows the newest AI algorithms are changing prices based on cached information. Third, many computers pricing algorithms look at your location, since location is a good proxy for income. I was once in Botswana. Okay, this is an example, personal anecdote. Price on the computer was $200. Unfortunately, before booking, I was called away for dinner after my computer showed it was 1,000, 5 times higher. That's freaking crazy price.
That's crazy.
Your location plays a role.
That's crazy.
The last thing, to get a better price in face-to-face negotiations, you need to walk away. Hey, I ain't gonna go ahead and rehash it. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Angie B.
Shout out to Angie B. She already gave you the game, man. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. But yeah, no, what you got for this one, brother?
Yeah, so like I was saying, bro, I'm just going. So once again, with studying cybersecurity, just learning all of these things, I've definitely, something that I've stopped doing. I used to just press OK to cookies. I used to just press OK. Man, I stopped all of that. I'm not sharing none of that with y'all no more.
I don't blame you.
You're not getting my data, because there's something that I watch where in the beginning of the internet phase, we were too frivolous with our data, right?
We were just
giving it away to people and everything like that. And now, to me, like, as I'm learning this, I'm treating my data like gold for real, bro. I don't want y'all with my shit. I don't want y'all to be able to build a profile on me or nothing like that. I don't want you to be able to track me. None of that. No, you're not getting it. Stranger danger. Get away from me.
No, you cannot have my data.
You feel me? So I would definitely, these are some things that I would do, right? First, I would go to my settings on my browser. You can clear your cache. You can clear your cookies that way. You can go to your settings inside your phone. Shout out to Apple for what they did for making them to ask these
permission to
apps
track.
if you could track them and everything.
Don't allow it ever.
Yeah, always select no now. I know it hurts marketers and everything like that. Hey, y'all got to figure out how to do y'all job better, dog. Sorry. Y'all better start doing some surveys, start sending out some gift cards to get this information or something. Pay me. But yeah, I would turn off location search. I'm not doing none of that. Like they were talking about using cash. If I gotta use a card, I'd rather go put that bitch on a preloadable Visa card if it came to that, bro. Like I'm just gonna beat the system. I'm not letting y'all do all of these things. And once again, the walking away part, hey, I don't need that shit that bad, dog. I could go find an alternative price. I know I said I'll never fly Spirit, but if it came that bad to it, bitch, I'm flying Spirit, nigga. I'm pulling up next to y'all banging that Boosie.
Yo, that's crazy. Spirit is the carnival of the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But no, that's good tips as well for everybody, man. Just make sure you're protecting your data. This concept of person-specific pricing is bizarre, bonkers. I think
I do want to talk about that other part that you talked about where they're like, with Costco and the champagne users, right? Or the champagne buyers. I also think that that's why people have certain niche audiences, right? Some people want to sell to everybody. They want to do all of these things. But the people who really do for me, right? Fragrance. I love fragrances, bro. I love cologne. I will spend more money on cologne. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. But I've also learned that there are discounters. There are places that you can go to buy these quality things at a much more affordable price. Sometimes you just got to pay to play. Like, it depends on what the fragrance is, if there is availability at a discounter or not. Like, to me, if I want it bad enough, if I feel like, if I've smelt this and I can't get it at a discounter, I'm going to go buy it. It is what it is. I'm pretty sure you have something like that in your catalog too, or something that you like, that you're like, hey, if it costs this and I want it that much, I'm going to go get it. I think that's when niching down and knowing who your actual customer is, if they're willing to pay that premium price tag, I think that's whenever that comes into play with this pricing thing and just with businesses in general.
Yeah, I still think it's bizarre that they're gonna try to enact it. To me, simple pricing is gonna be what people are gonna want. I think they're gonna lose business behind that type of shit. If I'm in the store and I'm paying $10 for some shit the same, I just seen somebody grab off the shelf for $2. Like, that's crazy to me. Like that example he gave with the plane was like, just because I'm in this neighborhood, I'm getting charged more, which already low key happens anyway. It already happens anyway in more affluent areas. You go in a Whole Foods, the foods there are going to be more expensive. Like, that just is what it is. It's insane. I don't think it's going to go over well with consumers. I don't think it's going to go over well. This seems like one of those things we were talking about earlier. AI, excitement about it. I don't see this being one of those things that's going to last. Personalized pricing.
I'm hoping not.
Yeah, I don't see it being one. Online, I see it being a lot better, but like in brick and mortar physical locations, it would take too much to track. Like, Amazon had that,
but then,
that store that they were like, oh, you could just grab everything and walk out. Yeah. And then it came out that it was fucking dudes in India scanning everything on the camera.
That's hilarious. I didn't know it was
yeah, bro, that's why they shut that shit down.
That's hilarious, bro. I never knew that. That's hilarious.
They be lying like about the capabilities of this shit.
That was the same thing with the Tesla bots and everything. It was people controlling those too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's dudes in India doing this shit. Like, they be trying to make it seem like it's just so autonomous and advanced, and it's fucking not.
That's funny. Not. One of the other things that I want to talk about with this particular topic is One of the other use cases that people have for this is your necessity or your needs at the time, right? So I was watching a video on Instagram. The guy was like, companies are going to use this to play on your emotional needs. Let's say it's 2:00 at night. You search some type of children's medicine for a fever or whatever, right? Because you have a sick kid. So now what it's going to do is translate that data to other companies. So now they're going to try to start selling you this thermometer. And then that thermometer is going to be at a higher price because they know that you have a sick kid who needs medicine. You need to check their temperature. Now they're also trying to sell you Pedialyte at a higher price. They're trying to do all of these things
It's
because they know
constant
that
upsell.
Yeah, because they know it's a necessity that you have as well. People know. The companies know that people are going to do what they need to do for their kids.
You're desperate at that point. Like, I just got to do whatever it's going to take to get them right. I don't care about the price, even if I don't have the money for it.
And they're going to play on that emotional side whenever you're purchasing. I do think people will get smart too, and people going to start some type of like chat or something, put it on Twitter, some type of group. Hey man, how much this product was for you? What's your IP address? Let me serve my VPN.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely, people be putting VPNs to poor places like Louisiana, Alabama, you know what I'm saying? Try to get cheaper prices.
Straight to that op.
Nigga said like the option of depression. God damn, man. Oh, but yeah, no, I'm hoping it don't work, but you know how it shit go, man. We'll see. I think it's wishful thinking for these companies. One of those innovations that's going to go by the wayside in the next 3-4 years.
I sure hope so, man.
Yeah.
I'm praying. I hope it don't catch on.
But guys,
this has been a great pod, man. Great pod, my brother.
Thank you again, always, for tuning in to the show. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all make sure y'all leave us that 5-star rating and review if you listening on podcast platforms. If you're watching us on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Share this with somebody that may find this interesting or gain some value from these types of conversations. We've been here. We ain't going nowhere, man. We doing what we do for the community out of love.
Sometimes we take a break, but I promise we're going to come back and we always going to make it shake.
You know what I'm saying? Brother Clap, go ahead, man. Let's get us up out of here.
Yes, sir. God, align us with our purpose. Bless us with your favor in all areas of our lives, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, and emotionally. Amen.
Amen, amen, and amen. As I always say, from his lips to God's ears. And until next time, BWR signing out. Peace.
Peace.